According to latest statistics, around 1 in 4 people here in the UK will experience some sort of a mental health illness or issue in any given year. Now, fortunately, here at Tata Steel, we recognise that supporting the health and well-being of our people is one of the most important things we can do. So what better time during what is Mental Health Awareness Week to host our very first Mental Health Open Day in conjunction with a host of leading organisations and local charities. So why don't we pop inside and find out what it's all about and see who we can find.
I think historically there's been a feeling that men are not very good at talking about their emotions and opening up, and therefore going on to talk about their mental health, whether they're ready to or not, or whether they feel if there is a problem, if they're feeling stressed, anxious, depressed, what do they do with it? Do they just seal it up and bury it deep within, which can provide more of a problem? Or do they think, okay, I've got family members, I've got colleagues here, I've got a GP, I've got friends that I can go and talk to. And days like this they've shown me that by talking to some of the steel workers that have come in and to talk about the projects that we're working with Tata Steel on within HRP at Port Talbot, that it is possible, that progress is being made, the barriers are starting to be broken down. So I'm very much heartened by what I'm seeing and hearing today, and yes, we're making progress. We have been with the work I've done with Time to Change Wales in the past, that yes, attitudes are changing and more men are talking about their mental health now, which is fantastic, but we know there's still so much more work to be done.
Can you just tell us briefly, what is a mental health first aider?
Basically, we're someone to listen to. Anyone got problems, come and speak to us and we can direct them. We're not there to give them advice or the thing, we're just there to point them in the right direction, get the help they required and listen to them. I'll admit they had real bad depression, so it frightens me to think the mindset I was in at that time, people in, on furnaces, on cranes and all that. It is very important, and hopefully we start breaking some barriers down about the stigma about mental health, and this is a start.
You've been working with Tata Steel for a few years now, specifically training some of our mental health first aiders. How important a role do you think that is in an industry such as ours?
I think it's key, to be honest with you. There are lots of different training that's available, but I think the mental health first aid training gives a structure. It gives people that ability to understand mental health. It gives them the ability to challenge stigma, understand signs and symptoms, signposting to appropriate people who can help them. And I think the key one is learning to listen.
It's been great. It's been lovely to be part of this important day for Tata and for everybody who, are thinking about improving the mental health and what we can do to support our colleagues and friends. I've been here this afternoon with one of my colleagues who presented on Maggie's, and I had colleagues in the morning who said it was very busy, so there's a lot of people to chat to. But what's been really good is speaking to other charities and organisations, and we collaborate with them anyway in the locality, and speaking to the organisers of today and thinking about what else we can do longer term to support staff at Tata, whether it's mental health support through cancer.
What I would say, the most important thing is reach out, talk to someone. Don't feel you're alone with this, because some people are so ashamed. There's such a stigma around mental health, and people should be encouraged to talk, to get that help.
A lot of the conversations, a lot of the things I've heard throughout the course of the day is, how positive people are looking on Tata Steel at the moment in terms of more and more happening around mental health and well-being. How have you seen those developments, those advancements over the last year, and what's the direction you think the company's going in terms of its approach to mental health and well-being?
So, as a former steel worker myself, done our apprenticeship here, the three of us here today, there's over 90 years steel working between us. The difference that is happening within Tata now, we actually met the chief executive from the top of Europe last week, and he opened up quite a lot on his mental health, which is quite inspiring to see a man at that level who wants to drive it from the very top down. So we work a lot with James Davis in the culture change programme, and the culture's got to change, because when we were here back in the 70s and 80s, it was a taboo subject. You'd get ridiculed if you opened up for mental health. So the whole point of what we're doing is just to say it's okay to talk. Big boys do cry. big boys really do cry, and I'm not ashamed to cry. I got defeated, but I'm bouncing back and try to inspire others.